Well, we made it. Season 3 of our reviews of Ontario Provincial Parks. We're at the grotto on the Georgian Bay Trail, and it is beautiful. Let's get this video started. Welcome to Season 3, and welcome to Bruce Peninsula National Park.
Bruce Peninsula National Park is located on the Bruce Peninsula near the town of Tobermory. It is on the shore of the crystal clear waters of Georgian Bay, which can be viewed from the breathtaking Niagara Escarpment. It is widely known for the grotto and halfway log dump.
We need more than hopes and wishes.
The temperature dropped about 10 degrees and it's pouring rain now. Still looking forward to a good weekend though.
First time back at camping, woohoo!
In 400 meters, turn right onto Cypress Lake Road. Proceed 4 kilometers on the current road to your destination.
For us to make it through the night.
Hello.
You're checking in for camping today?
Yep.
Awesome. You've got that form there. I'm just going to hand you that. That's just a form of the rules.
Okay.
Just head on straight down to the camp office and they'll get you checked in.
Great, thank you.
Enjoy.
Stormy weather, weary eyes, hope to make it through the night. Before this night is over, I will guide you home.
Holy cow, it's cold here. Well, first of all, as you know, it was 25 degrees when we left home and it was sunny. It's 12 degrees and rainy here. I need to get some clothes on.
There's nobody else here. That's a good thing.
I know.
I'm surprised there's no lineups.
This is crazy. This is the first day of all the parks opening in Ontario, and there's nobody here. So this goes in our vehicle. We're at site number 102. It's a pull-through site, so that'll be very nice.
Perfect.
That one stays in the vehicle, and then we get this one for the post.
Yep.
And then we've got this one that we're supposed to keep on us when we're walking and stuff in case somebody asks. It's kind of weird they only gave us one.
Never seen that
for
before.
the two of us. We got a bit of a refund because the showers that they built for last year and have never opened yet, they're not in use. And so we got a refund because the showers aren't in use.
That never happened at provincial parks.
Well, no, yeah, that's right. And we got our map here. And we're in Birches. In Birches, 102. It's a pull-through site. Yeah, so she said it'll be easy to get into.
Excellent, that's what I like to hear. Especially with the trailer because there's no hydro at this park.
Right. Okay, let's do it.
Let's do it.
In the game of love, you have to roll the dice. My heart got 7 years to life. 7 years to life.
We made it to our site number 102. Had a little bit of trouble getting in. It was very tight. Then I had to put out my slide out, which it doesn't go all the way out, but it's most of the way out. I then put out my awning, and it doesn't go all the way out. If I just would have moved forward an inch or two, would have had no problem with the awning. Because he used all that power for everything, I checked my battery and it's down to 80% after just arriving. So I started up the generator and I'm just topping it up a little bit right now. But I'll show you the campsite. Site number 102. And we're right at the water's edge.
I've been told that time will heal all our wounds.
There's 234 campsites at Cypress Lake. They're broken up into 3 different campgrounds. There are Poplars, Birches, and Tamarack. Poplars has 63 sites, Birches has 94, and Tamarack has 77. All sites at this campground are non-electric.
All this time you thought we'd never pay the price. In the game of love, you have to roll the dice. My heart got 7 years to life.
Just checking out some of the campsites in Tamarack Campground.
All this time you thought we'd never pay the price. In the game of love, you have to roll the dice. My heart got 7 years to life.
There are 18 backcountry sites at Storm Haven and High Dump. There's one drive-in group campsite. It hosts 15 to 35 people. There's water taps and bathroom facilities. And there are 10 yurts. Each yurt sleeps 6 people. There are 8 hiking trails, totaling 32 kilometers, as well as the Bruce Trail, which starts in Tobermory and ends in the Niagara River, close to Niagara Falls. That's an 880-kilometer trail and goes right through Bruce Peninsula National Park with spectacular views. It's an escarpment overlooking the crystal clear waters of Georgian Bay. At times, it seems like that you're in the Caribbean. The water's so beautiful and clear there. There's a multi-use trail for biking and cycling. It goes all around the campgrounds and connects to each of the 3 campgrounds. It's 4.3 kilometers. Behind me here is Cypress Lake. There are no motorboats permitted in the lake. Makes it ideal for the paddle sports. Cypress Lake is a nice small lake. It warms up nicely in the summertime for swimming. It's also great for fishing. I didn't bring my fishing gear this year, but I'm here with some friends. They brought their fishing gear. You can catch brook trout, pickerel, smallmouth bass, and perch. Those are all common fish to find here. And we're going to get together with my buddy, and we're going to see if we can catch some fish. Or we're going to see if he can catch some fish. So I'm here with my friend Steve, most commonly known as Dilly. We've known each other since we were in our late teens. So he's going to do some fishing here. And what are you fishing for?
Fishing for pickerel is the preferred catch.
And it's 24.5 feet deep?
Yep, right here.
Great. Hopefully we'll get some nice fish to show you.
Picture is, it says 67 degrees.
I've been coming to Cypress Lake since the mid-80s. At that time, it was Cypress Lake Provincial Park. In 1987, Bruce Peninsula National Park was created, and it took over the Cypress Lake Provincial Park, making it the Cypress Lake Campground. The park has been getting more and more popular every year, and they've had to create some new rules for that. So if you want to go to the grotto, if you're camping at the campground, you can just hike to the grotto at any time. From our campsite, it's 2.3 kilometers to get there. However, if you're not camping here and you just want to come for a day visit to the grotto, you're going to have to book it a few days in advance. There's 3 4-hour time slots each day. You book that in advance and you have to pay for that. If you want to go to Halfway Log Dump, which is just down the Bruce Trail from the grotto, again, it has its own parking lot, and as of 2021, you now have to book that in advance too. They recommend don't even bother showing up to the park without anything booked because you won't get in. It's packed every day. When you're on the trails and around the campground, keep your eyes open. It is a well-known area for the Massasauga rattlesnake. This is the visitor center. It's about 10 kilometers down the road past Cypress Lake. It's in the town of Tobermory.
Unfortunately, because of COVID, it is closed, and as well the tower.
But we're allowed to park here. We have our park pass. We can park here, and there's a trail just down here. 5 minutes.
That way.
We're in Tobermory, and we're going to check that place out.
I was lost in a city dream, and
We're here at the northern terminus of the Bruce Trail. It's a beautiful 880-kilometer trail up here in the Bruce Peninsula. It's all along the Niagara Escarpment, and it takes you right down to the Niagara River near Welland.
I will never forget the first time when I saw you. I thought I lost my mind. Blue and faded, was blown away and left behind. I hope you'll always be around.
When you're up here, you want to make sure you stop by Singing Sands. Your park pass gets you into the parking lot here. If you don't have a park pass and you're just coming up for the day, you got to pay for a day pass to get in here. But this is a very incredible type area. It's a nice little beach right now, and it is high tide. But shortly, it'll be low tide, and the tide will go out a couple hundred meters. So where we're standing right now,
Still ankle deep.
will all be beach, and it'll be beach. Yeah, it'll be beach to those people that are in the water over there. It'll be beach to there for sure. So it's pretty cool. Depending on what time of the day you get here, you can see how high the water is. They even have some change rooms here.
Even if I fail, you are like a summer breeze that I must inhale. Is it possible for us to feel this way forever? Loving you has never felt more right.
So it turns out a lot of this trail is blocked off for restoration. So you can really only go a couple hundred meters, and then you have to come back the same way that you came. I would say it is a decent trail for people with mobility issues from what we've seen of it. It's about half boardwalk, and then it goes to a nice flat trail.
Just minor roots and rocks, but nothing too outrageous.
To get to Singing Sands from the campground, pull out to the main road, Highway 6, turn right, heading towards Tobermory, and it's your first left, Dorcas Bay Road. And you go down that road, and you'll see the signs to Singing Sands parking, and Singing Sands is at Dorcas Bay.
Woke up lonely.
We're at the head of trails here. All the trails start from this point. We are going to be taking the Georgian Bay Trail, heading to the grotto.
I would walk 1,000 miles just to see you. I hope you'll always be around, even if I fail. You are like a summer breeze that I must inhale. Is it possible for us to feel this way forever? I hope you'll always be around, even if I fail. You are like a summer breeze.
We've made it to Indian Head Cove, very popular place, right next to the grotto. We're hitting the grotto next.
Feel this way forever. Loving you has never felt right. Feel this way forever. Loving you has never felt right.
So this is the grotto, and this water is so cold. It's still the beginning of June. It doesn't warm up too much more, but it does get warmer than this. If you look right down here, you can see the light coming up from there, because that's a tunnel that goes right under all this rock and opens up into the bay. A few years ago, I swam through that. There's no way I'm doing it today. It's much too cold, but I'll show you the footage from a few years ago. It's kind of a scary swim in a tunnel, underwater, but it's a once-in-a-lifetime thing to do. We're on Boulder Beach here. You want to be very sure-footed. All the rocks do move, but it's really something to see. Look at how far, or maybe it is a turtle.
Oh, a long net like that, that's a snake.
That's a pretty long neck.
That's a snake.
Oh, I see the body, it's a snake.
Where'd it go?
I think it's coming towards you, Pete.
Yeah, I'm sure.
We were just checking out the snake that stuck his head out in the water there. And by the way, these are our friends, Pete and Connie over here.
Hi.
They've been on many camping trips with us. You've probably seen us or seen them on the videos. And we've never really properly introduced them to you. So this is Connie and this is Pete. And this is the new Campground Hub. It's where they have the showers. In 2019, they were building the showers to be completed for 2020. In 2020, the pandemic happened and the showers didn't open. It's 2021 and it is June 10th right now. It is the first day of opening for the parks in Ontario, and the showers are still closed. So brand new showers, never been used, over a year old, still not open. This is an incredible place. If you have a look behind me, we have some ping pong tables. We've got some picnic tables over here. There's a basketball net right here. We got a playground over here and a small soccer field.
Whoa. It's like bouncing on a mattress. This is cool. Oh.
We have a fire bowl. We have a water bottle fill-up station. Looks like they have set up for a small amphitheater here. The Campground Hub also offers free Wi-Fi. You go to the campground kiosk, they'll give you an access code, and then you can log in to the network site, which is called Experience. And I'm assuming this is going to be the concession rental area. They'll have bike rentals, that sort of thing, plus to get the soccer balls, basketball balls, ping pong equipment. It'll all be right here. These yurts are top-notch. I'm standing on the front porch of one. Beautiful lakeside view. All composite. tables and chairs here. It's going to last for a long time, easy to clean. You have your own fire pit right over here. It's beautiful inside. Looks like a food preparation area or a nice little bar.
Oh, wow. This is nice.
So here's like a Murphy bed.
Oh, a Murphy bed. That's what that is.
Yeah.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah, we got a full Murphy bed.
Like a full bed.
Wow.
Oh, nice.
Throw those guys down and yeah. So it's up to 5 people in here.
5 people, okay.
2-night minimum stay, and it's about $125 a night.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah.
Very nice.
It's
You
very.
can open the dome and stuff.
Oh, you
too.
can?
Yeah.
So we made it to the dump station. It's also the garbage and recycling center. It looks like a brand new facility. Everything looks new here, but there's an extreme lack of signage. As a matter of fact, the only sign here is over here, and it says, "Caution, water unsafe for drinking. Use this hose for filling trailer holding tank only." Now, I'm not really sure, well, there is no hose on it, and I'm not really sure what holding tank you would fill with undrinkable water. So I'm a little confused by that. But there's other hoses in other spots here without any signs at all. And that's what makes me even more confused. And not only confused, but a little bit disturbed. So these are the dump spots right here. Right where the trailer is. There's 2 dump spots. They're very unusually laid out. You have to go back to back to use them. And like I said, the hoses, look at this. There's 2 white hoses there. Now, for those of you in the RVing world, you understand that those white hoses that has a blue line on, that's usually indicative of a drinkable water hose. Yet these hoses are right at the dump drains. So I would suspect that people are using them for their black water flush and for cleaning out their sewage hoses. And that's the place for those hoses. However, there should be a sign to say what they're for, and they shouldn't be white hoses. I know of some people that have used those hoses to fill up their freshwater tank. And that is just inviting disease to happen. It's got to be covered in all sorts of disgusting matter. You do not want to use those hoses to fill up your freshwater tank. The pavement around there, in the dump spot here, there's no slope at all to the, not pavement, the concrete. There's no slope at all to the concrete. So if there is a little bit of spillage, it's very difficult to get the spillage back into the drain. I'm not going to zoom in on it right here, but that sewer hole cover there is covered with what we'll politely call black water. And you can rinse it off, but you're just going to rinse it around. You can't really get it into the drain because the drain isn't countersunk into the ground at all. So that's a little concerning, and that's a design flaw. Another very difficult thing is when you come into this spot, when you're leaving the campground, you want to dump your tanks. So right back here is the entrance. You're coming out of the park, you should come in this entrance. It's sloped for you to come in this way. That's how it's designed. That's where the sign is. However, that puts your dump tanks on the wrong side. So, and it's too small to do a U-turn in here. So you have to bypass that one and go to the second one, which isn't angled properly for pulling in here, but you do a nice wide turn and you can pull in so you can dump properly. So that's another design problem. Then we have over here, I guess, fresh water hoses. I'm guessing that's what they are. They're not signed. There's 2 of them here. And yeah, like I said, there's no sign. I guess use your own hoses. I'm assuming this is for fresh water because it looks nice and clean over here, and it is far away from the dump, so this would be the area for fresh water. So how to fix this problem? Part of it is poor design. It's newly built. They designed it poorly, wrong entrance and exit, or the wrong tanks on the wrong side, that sort of thing. But that's pretty tough to fix right now. But what they can fix is they can put up proper signs telling people what is their potable water, their drinkable water, what is the water for cleaning out your hoses. They need to put those signs up there, and the white hoses that are here at the actual drains, they need to change those from white hoses to green or black or red or something like that, but they can't be white hoses because it's too confusing. So that's the immediate fix. Signs for fresh water, signs for water to clean your hoses. Without that fix, this is a dangerous place to be filling up your water. It's time for Cole's Notes. Little review of the park we were just at. And we were just at Bruce Peninsula National Park, staying at the Cypress Lake Campground. I love the park.
It is a beautiful park. It's actually a big tourist attraction.
We were there, how many years ago? Maybe 5-6 years ago?
Maybe, yeah.
And since that time, they've created the Campground Hub, the new head of trails, new dump station, and there's signs everywhere now that show you where the trails are, where other amenities are. So they've really improved that, made it easier to get around, and made it a little more comfortable.
Okay, the campground itself is a beautiful campground. It's more tent oriented. Our trailer is, what, 25?
Yeah, it's 25 feet.
And
in total length, it's about 30 feet.
It was a bit of a tight squeeze getting around some of the trees.
Yeah, there's some hairy situations there where Cheryl's outside and trying to direct me, and she's getting a little panicked, and I'm getting a little nervous. And, you know, that was, getting into the site was tough, but even getting to the site, just the roads in the Birch's Campground. The Birch's Campground is the only one that can handle travel trailers. Poplars and tamaracks, no travel trailers there except for maybe pop-ups. But the turns and everything were just so tight. We're rubbing against the branches and just getting like an inch away from tree trunks. So it is really tight for travel trailers. This whole park is really more designed towards tenters. And it's a great park for that. Great views. You got Cypress Lake with the nice warm water, good for swimming and fishing, your paddle sports.
Yeah.
And then you got Georgian Bay with stunning beauty. It almost looks like you're in the Caribbean, except the water is cold.
It's very cold, yeah.
Very cold.
A little numbing.
You just had your feet in for a couple minutes.
Yeah, that was enough.
Yeah. I just walked in the grotto. I went in up to my knees, and yeah, they got numb from the knees down within about a minute or so.
All in all, it was a good park.
Yeah.
Except for the dump station.
Yeah, except for the dump station.
They need to work on that. It is new, and it's during COVID time, so they're still working out all the kinks and everything, but...
Yeah, I'm going to cut them a little bit of slack on the dump station. As the dump station is right now, it's horrible.
Yeah.
Absolutely
bad
horrible.
Setup. Bad design.
And dangerous health-wise. But the health-wise part is an easy remedy. I've talked to a manager there who wasn't all too helpful, as he said he knows very little about the dump station, and suggested I speak to another employee. I spoke to another employee. He, very nice, very cordial, but he
was just like a student or something. He
didn't seem to know too much, and he said he'd take my concerns along, but I don't hold out a lot of hope for that. So last night I sent an email to Parks Canada explaining the situation, that this is a health hazard. They'll get it worked out. So
other than that,
yeah,
the park is perfect. I think.
And similar to Algonquin, it's a very big park, and you can go driving places. We drove to Singing Sands, and if you want a beach with shallow water where the kids can play in the water,
Singing Sands is the place to go.
Oh yeah, the kids can go out 200 meters and it's still only going to go up to their knees.
Yeah, there is no actual sand beach at Cypress, but Singing Sands is only 3 minutes away.
Yeah. So, as a ranking system, and this is the best part, because I get to show my new graphic now.
Yes, I know.
I got a new graphic for Season 3, and I'm very proud of it. We'll see how it works. To rate this thing out of 10, what would you give it, Cheryl?
8.5.
8.5.
I think I'm going to stick with 8.5.
I was first thinking 8, but then I thought, no, I think it's a little better than that. 8.5. So our first rating of season 3 is going to be an 8.5.
That's pretty good.
And now we get to have the graphic for it. Are you ready? Are you ready? You ready for the graphic?
Ready for the graphic?
All right, here it is. 8.5. Huh? How's that for a graphic? Very proud of that. A lot of work went into that. Anyway, that's the end of our review of Bruce Peninsula National Park. We'll be heading off next week to Long Point Provincial Park, and we'll see you there.
See you then.
Bye. Hey, this is just a quick update about the dump station. I emailed Parks Canada on Sunday night. That's June 13th. Later on Tuesday, I got an email from the project manager of Bruce Fathom 5. He took the email very seriously, and he said he was going to get on it right away. Within a couple of hours, he got back to me. He said he'd already purchased the new hoses, and he is getting this completely taken care of. We've been in communication a few times after that, and the last one I received was on Thursday, so just a few days after I sent the initial email. And he said, hoses replaced, colored properly and being relocated, signage in production, and on-site planning on flow, slope, dump location this Friday. So good on Parks Canada for getting on this right away. I'm very pleased. Not often you get a government agency that jumps to it like this. So good for you, Parks Canada. And any of you that are watching this, if you attend Bruce Peninsula National Park, please check out the dump site and let me know in the comments below. Are the upgrades done? Does it work now? I'd like to hear about it. Thanks. Back to the regular show.
Forever, loving you has never felt